Hello friends and welcome back to another one-on-one video on guiding tech. Now with me today I have is the LaMax and OnePlus 2, which will be the two contenders in today's speed, performance and memory management test. So let's get started and see who wins the battle. So here I have both the devices in the ring, and on my left I have the LaMax and on the right the OnePlus 2, and as you can see both of the devices are running the Nova launcher and all the apps are similar on both of them, and also there are no recent apps running in the background. Now having said that, let me just go ahead and run the benchmarks on both the devices first of all, and then we'll have a check on the app launch time and then the memory management. So first of all, going ahead with the NT2. So I'm also running the benchmarks on both the devices at the same time, and I'm also not sure what the results will be. So let me just tap on the test button and wait for the 3D scenes to load, because I always love to see if there are any lags on any of these videos that we get on the NT2. So as you can see that both of them are rendering it exactly smoothly. There is no lags whatsoever or frame drops. So having said that, let me just take you through the specifications of both the devices really quick while the NT2 is running in the background. The LaMax, which is on my left hand side, is powered by a Snapdragon 810 64-bit octa-core processor, which is clocked at 2 GHz with an Adreno 430 GPU. And it has a 4 GB of RAM and a 2K display with a 464 ppi. Now there are two variants, and they come with 64 and 128 GB of internal storage, and the rear camera is 21 megapixel while the front facing shooter is at 4 ultra pixels, and to power that all up you get a battery of 3400 mAh. The OnePlus 2 is powered by a Snapdragon 810 64-bit octa-core processor clocked at 1.8 GHz with an Adreno 430 GPU. The display is a Full HD with 401 ppi, and it has a 4 GB of RAM with a 64 GB of internal storage, which cannot be expanded using a memory card. The rear camera is 13 megapixel while the front facing shooter is a 5 megapixel, and to power that all up you get a battery of 3300 mAh. So friends, we have the results in front of us, and the LaMax is at 74,146 and the OnePlus 2 is at 66,056. And all the scores are higher on the LaMax when compared to the OnePlus 2. And the overall ranking of the LaMax, it says 74,146 that I already mentioned, and it's also better than the OnePlus 2. So that was on the NT2 South. Let me just go ahead and launch the Geekbench 3 and then run the benchmarks. Now while this benchmark is running, I just want to let you know that we have already done a one-on-one comparison between the LaMax and the Nexus 6P that you can check out. So on Geekbench 3 itself, the LaMax is at 1331 for single core, 4668 for multi-core, which is obviously on a higher side when compared to the OnePlus 2, which is on 1018 and 4063. Now there is not much of a difference when both the devices are compared, but still the LaMax is having a higher hand when it comes to the numbers. So that was about the benchmarks that we usually run on both the devices. Now we'll go ahead and launch the apps and see which of them launches faster and how is the memory management on both the devices. So getting started with the Subway Surfers. The loading started on the LaMax prior to the OnePlus 2. Let's see who wins and who gives me the play now option. And the LaMax gives me the play now option prior to the OnePlus 2. Now I'll not kill any of the apps in the background and then launch the second app, that is the Twitter. And the OnePlus 2 launched it prior to the LaMax. Let's go ahead and launch Facebook. So this time the LaMax was a winner. Now let me just go ahead and open up the Play Store. That was exactly same for both the devices. Now let me just go ahead and launch the Asphalt Nitro game. So as usual, the loading starts first on the LaMax, and the games also load on the LaMax prior to the OnePlus 2. Now moving ahead to the YouTube, and again LaMax is the winner in loading this particular app as well. Now we'll just go ahead and launch WhatsApp. Now this is the first time I'm including WhatsApp, and voila, the LaMax is the winner as well. So the next app will launch is the Chrome browser, and then load the websites to see how they perform. Now the very first website we'll load is the guiding tech itself. So here we go. And the OnePlus 2 was very quick in rendering the page when compared to the LaMax. Now let me just go ahead and open my bookmarks and then launch my second favorite website, that is The Verge, because it actually gives me a brief insight on how a particular browser loads the page because of too many elements in it. So here I have my bookmarks, and then tapping on The Verge. So the LaMax opens up the entire page prior to the OnePlus 2. So that is it. Now that are all the apps that I usually run while doing a one-on-one. So let me just go ahead and open up the recent apps and then have a look at the memory management. So first of all, we launched the Service Surfer, and both of them have it in the memory. Now let me just go ahead and launch the Geekbench 3 to see if it has the scores. Voila! Both of them have Geekbench 3 as well in the memory. Oops, sorry about that, but I don't think so it will make any difference while launching the NT2 3D benchmark. So friends, as you can see, both the devices have a good memory management, and both of them had the games and apps running in the background without any issues. Now LaMax was actually, the numbers on the benchmarks were higher on the LaMax when compared to the OnePlus 2, and also the app also loaded, most of the apps and the games loaded faster on the LaMax when compared to the OnePlus 2. So this was the speed and the memory management performance of both the devices when compared against each other. Now I'm planning to do a camera test as well on both the devices, so if you really want me to do it, please do mention that in the comment section, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do press the subscribe button. This was Ashish from Guiding Tech, and I hope to see you in my next upcoming videos. Till then, take care and have a wonderful day.